Sai vito ramina.
Vito ra mina hi mina Maxia.
Vito ra mina Melody.
Vito ra mina Glad. Vito ra mina hi mina Liza.
Vito ra mina hi mina Anna.
Vito ra mina hi mina Khensani.
Vito ra mina Constance.
Ni vito ra ka kina Violet.
Live Life's a partnership between church, school and community, which has grown up in Lichfield Diocese, and we try and bring together young people, either through schools or other networks from the community, to partner with the church and the wider community with people in need in Southern Africa.
The charity was set up in 2010, but we already had 2 or 3 visits before then. But it actually started officially in 2010, that's when it became a registered charity.
It started from very humble beginnings really. A group of us felt that that kind of God was saying, get a team together Africa to see some of the work that's been done by these partner charities that we knew of. And from that we were encouraged to invite the local schools, who to our amazement said yes, we'd love to send some students, and it's kind of snowballed from there really. 3 charities, Hands at Work in Africa. Basically they support orphan and vulnerable children who have been affected by HIV/AIDS, and they do that through a network of care volunteers in their own local communities. It's not orphanage based. The principal idea that Hands at Work operate with is to try and help young people to stay safe in their own homes. They help them to have food security, education security, and also health, to make sure that if the children need to have support or security to keep their homes safe, or they need to get medication, they'll be supported to do that. So this network of local care volunteers support the orphan and vulnerable children in their own community. And Link for Life partner with a village called Share in Southern Africa, in South Africa, and that's where many of our visits have ended up going, although future visits that we're organising may go elsewhere. We spend most of our time on the visits with Hands at Work in Africa. We also link up with Mercy Air, which is an aviation charity, and they fly people and goods out of South Africa to remote parts of Southern Africa, where it would be impractical or too expensive to get road transport to do that job. And we often stay for a few days with Mercy Air to find out about what they do and their support work in the communities that they visit. We also have links with St Mary's Hospital in Durban, which is on the eastern coast of South Africa, through an organisation called the Baby Bear Project, which basically is where local knitters send knitted baby goods and a knitted teddy in sort of pre-packaged goodie bags to be given to new mums and their children when they're born in St Mary's Hospital in Durban, and I believe several hundred of those packs are sent out every month.
It's been about like opening like your eyes and your mind. It's been about seeing things other than what you're used to, and seeing that there are different ways of living and different styles of life as well. I think in England there's a lot of closed-mindedness and a tendency to just stay put and stay safe in your comfort zone. And for me it was like a huge opportunity to just like really get out of your comfort zone. Like there's like, when you're in Africa, there's no like, I'm scared, I'm gonna go home. There's like, you're fully, completely out of your comfort zone, which is very eye-opening, and there's so many lessons that can teach you as a person.
I think the best thing about visiting South Africa is going back and seeing the same people and seeing the progression, seeing the work and the impact that Link for Life and the partner charities have done.
The best part about going to Africa on these Link for Life visits is having 2 weeks to just fully immerse yourself in another culture and something that's so far from life in the UK. But that's also the hardest part, is because it's so different and you will experience things that are so it's just hard to see and hard to admit that happens in the world.
I think
the best part of visiting Africa with Link for Life has to be the relationships that that Link for Life has with the charities over there, and the relationships that they have with the people. I think that's the most important thing, is sitting down with the people and just talking with them and getting to know their story. So I think that's the best part.
It's meant almost everything, really, because ever since I can remember, I've always wanted to go and volunteer and do something, and I just didn't know what. So when I was at uni, I looked into quite a few different charities and I never did anything with it. And then when I finally went to Great Whirley and I knew that was an option, it was the first thing I did was put my name down, and they made me wait a few years before I was allowed to go, because they wanted to make sure that I was a competent teacher in order to be in charge of all these pupils and keep them safe. And so it really was a long time coming when I finally got to go there. And I really do just want to go back. And to be honest, I would live there if somebody gave me the opportunity to go and live there and just stay there forever.
I think it's a very humbling experience, because you go out with all sorts of ideas of how you can do things and how you can change things. And of course, it's nothing about what we can do. It's just what they need. How can we get involved in what they need, and just, you know, just kind of link in with all the things they're already doing.
For me, it has everything to do with Jesus. I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for Jesus. Sometimes it's really hard to do this sort of work, and I think I only do it because of Jesus. Jesus calls us to care for the most vulnerable, to show care and love in relationships. Jesus got to know people deeply, and he would get to know the most marginalised people. And so I think as followers of Jesus, we're called to do the same. And it's so easy to turn away from poverty in the other side of the world because we don't see it. But I think Jesus went out to meet people who are suffering. He didn't turn away. He went to find them. And that's what we have to do. If we're not meeting people who are suffering, then we have to go and find them.
So anyone, unless you say, no, I don't want to do that, I say do it. Even if there's something inside you that says, oh, maybe I could do it. And I think when you're out there, you've just got to be so open-minded and take every single opportunity. To anyone that's going to go out to South Africa with Live for Life, they just need to have an open mind. There'll be a lot of preparation, but as prepared as we can make you, still can't be prepared for what it's like when you get there. And you've just got to be open to the situations and just know that it'll be okay, but it'll be a massive experience. You have to just adapt to the moment, and if you're adaptable and you're willing to be open-minded, then that's good.
All you really need on this trip is an open mind to experience new things and do things that will be out of your comfort zone, and just be 100% there in the present when you are with people. Be there. Don't be thinking about back home. Don't be thinking about your phone or your school or your work life, whatever. Just be 100% in Africa while you're there, and make the most of it with an open mind and a willingness to work.
So once you've come back from the visit with Link for Life, you can stay involved by advocating. So talking on behalf of the people that you've met, the charities that we work with, talking at events for future teams and helping raise funds, in terms of helping raise money for the next teams or for the charities or our partner communities.
I think the best way I can describe what Link for Life is a bit like a drain pipe. It kind of funnels, we hope, energy and partnership and funds from folk in the UK who want to support and help to people in Southern Africa who are in need. But it's also allowing help to come in the opposite direction. The young people who go on the visits with Link for Life end up, yes, giving of themselves, but they also receive from the people that they visit. They see incredible, inspiring people who are caring for needy people in their own communities, and that there's a sort of a two-way bit of traffic about it. So it's a drain pipe that works in two directions.